This video continues the story of Sir Gullivane, a paladin struggling to maintain his oath in a party full of rogues. You should really start at chapter 1, it won't make sense if you don't. There's a link in the pinned comment. How does one acquire gold rapidly? Sir Gullivane has never had to try. Gold never mattered before now, save for minor fees for lodging and supplies. His first thought was he could go back to the goblin camp to pick up all the weapons and armor they left behind and sell everything. It has been picked clean. Of course it has, damned looters, stealing whatever they can without a thought to how it harms others. Parasites, really. He did find a small room that they missed though. At least his head is protected now. Though it would be nice if he could get some footwear. Out and about searching for work, Sir Gullivane stumbled upon some of his own kind.
We are Paladins of Tyr, Lord of Justice. He sent us after an infernal being.
Sir Gullivane was thrilled to find work from somebody he could trust, and a grand reward was offered should he slay the devil. So Sir Gullivane gave his word that he'd take the devil's head. And finding her wasn't very hard, she wasn't even trying to hide. As Sir Gullivane approached, he noticed a rather large battle axe the devil had on her back, and he just realized that without his holy armaments, he doesn't have a weapon. Does a paladin wielding only a helmet win against literally anything with a battle axe? Still though, he called out bravely for the devil to face him.
Try again, and pick your next words carefully.
Sir Gullivane may have fucked up here.
Well, fuck me. It's you, from the Mind Flayer's ship.
Okay, he might have dodged a bullet. With a little tact and wisdom, he can actually survive this.
I'm Karlach, and you are?
Here to take your head. Tact and wisdom simply aren't things that Sir Gullivane has in ample supply, unfortunately. But Karlach is a very tolerant devil. She explained that she's been hunted by false paladins working for the archdevil Zariel. This is precisely the type of situation Sir Gullivane flounders in. He gave his word he'd deliver the devil's head, and he's bound by his oath to follow through. Except, he's not bound by his oath right now, is he? His oath is broken. It's not like it can get any more broken, can it? Sir Gullivane believes Karlach, and for once, without the weight of his oath around his neck, he's able to make his own decision. He's able to change his mind. Sir Gullivane agreed to help Karlach hunt the pretenders. Except, before they go, he sheepishly asked if she had a weapon to spare. He's lucky Karlach is a kind soul. She hands him some odds and ends from her backpack and gives him her crossbow. She never uses it anyway. Then Sir Gullivane attempted to enlist the aid of the rogues. What's in it for me? Sweeten the pot, Paladin. Just write me a thank you letter. You can address it to Todd. The Paladin said he had a legendary sword. Whoever lands the killing blow gets it. That got their attention. The rogues know how to plan a proper ambush. They each took their positions instinctively, knowing exactly what they needed to do to prepare. This is why you never bring a barbarian to an ambush. Sir Gullivane was hoping they'd drop the act so he could be sure, but maybe he could assess their posture to determine if they're telling the truth. Yeah, it looks like we're dealing with Sir Gullable on this encounter. Sir Gullivane asks them to convince him, and Karlach and Anders took turns spewing out their side of the story. Sir Gullivane has no idea what to do, but without the burden of his oath, he goes with his gut. And finally, the false paladin dropped the pretense. Oh, thank goodness, a clear and clean fight. Not that clean, as Lily was in position to ambush from the upper floor, and Todd's mage hand set up his attack, allowing him to simply light the fuse. Karlach became enraged and cut down Lily's weakened target, and Fancy Pants landed a solid attack for 16 damage. But the captain felt the full force of the enemy's counterattack. Still though, everybody has done their jobs wonderfully, and now it's Sir Gullivane's turn. He took aim, but it's clear he's not practiced with a crossbow as his shot misses. And that's it. That's all he can do. He's an oathless paladin that doesn't even have a sword. Lily continued her barrage from the second floor while Karlach helped the captain to his feet. Todd didn't want to step in the fire, so he pulled out his bag of tricks, and a couple water jugs came flying out to quell the flames. The wounded captain used this as his escape route and said, "Thank you, Lig," as he passed by. Without any armor, Sir Gullivane's body was obliterated. I mean, just look at that sword. It's probably as tall as he is. Assuming he survives this, Sir Gullivane really needs some armor. His stylish helmet just isn't quite doing it. Todd rushed into the room and put the paladin into magical sleep, and Karlach seized the moment to put an end to the fight. To cool down after the battle, Karlach trashed the place, and Todd helped Sir Gullivane up, Then he had to help up Fancy Pants McStabbins, who had gotten caught up in Karlach's rampage. Probably better if you wait back at camp, Karlach.
Oh, come on. You don't mean that.
Yeah, you're just not quite the best fit for this party. The captain was actually a little surprised Karlach didn't recognize him. Or maybe she did, and that's why she burned him a little bit. Regardless, he'll have to chat with her later when she's all calmed down. Sir Gullivane caught a stroke of luck, though. Karlach was the one who dealt the killing blow, and she told him she didn't need any loot, so he claimed the sword as his own, as well as some medium armor. He looks a little bit ridiculous, but it's only temporary. He wanted to claim more items, but the rogue said he's lucky to walk away with anything after not landing a single hit. He can't really argue with that. Todd found some boots that just aren't much use to a rogue, and he handed them to Sir Gullivane, saying, "You can have my share, just don't forget to write my thank you letter." "That's very generous of you, lag. I'll try to find some paper and a quill." As he scooped up an inkpot and quill, he didn't even notice that Todd had spelled his name correctly on the wall with magic. Sir Gullivane may have acquired some basic gear, but he's still completely lacking in gold or anything he can trade for gold. But his luck is about to turn, thanks to the Myconid village. There's 2 merchants in town, and both of them hired him for a job. The first is to find Dareth's husband.
Dumb as a stick.
Or more importantly, to find a noble stock to sell her. She's offering 1 gold for her husband and 500 for the noble stock. The other job is to find a rare book in a nearby wizard's tower for 800 gold. Sir Gullivane jumped at the chance to get 800 gold. That would put him at just under 1,000. But when he arrived at the wizard's tower, he found it to be heavily defended by arcane turrets. He's always faced his challenges head on, and he took down the first arcane turret with a lucky crit. But he couldn't even scratch the second one, and barely escaped in time to save his skin. Guess he'd better start with Dareth and see if a rogue can help him infiltrate the wizard tower later. Although they're sure to want to cut if they're involved. Sir Gullivane found Dareth's husband in a very compromised situation, surrounded by Bibberbang. Sir Gullivane doesn't have a clue what a Bibberbang is.
These mushrooms! Toxic!
The trapped man says he needs his bag to escape, but he dropped it. Sir Gullivane isn't doing so great after a few arcane shots to the gut, but surely a little poison gas is nothing to fear. He can't call upon his oath, but still has some basic magic and bolstered his health and prepared to brave the field. If he'd known anything about Bibberbang, maybe he would have known how quickly the poison gas would spread. He found Balin's pack and moved it over to him, but he was unaware of how flammable Bibberbang fumes were. The gases went up in flames and he took off running for safety, trying to outrun them, just barely managing to escape with a sliver of life remaining, but Balin wasn't so lucky. It's looking unlikely that Sir Gullivane's gonna get any reward for this job. He gave the bad news to Dareth, who obviously didn't offer him any coin in thanks for a job horribly done. After messing up his first job, Sir Gullivane thought carefully about which rogue to bring in to help with the next. Todd was the obvious choice. He's well versed in magic and he might not even ask for a cut. Ah, shoot though, he forgot to write Todd's thank you letter. There's gotta be some paper around here somewhere. Now what should he write in the letter? After writing nearly 1,000 words, Sir Gullivane was satisfied and delivered his thank you letter to Todd, who giddily opened it up and started reading it aloud. "To my very dear friend, Lugnut." Todd scowled and incinerated the letter on the spot before walking away grumbling. "How hard is it to write? Todd, there's just 4 letters. Actually, it's only 3 since there's 2 Ds, and he addresses it to Lugnut? Absurd, insulting, and I simply won't stand for it. What's wrong with tag?" "I haven't the slightest idea. Could you help me break into a wizard tower?" "I'd love to. I want 70%. Oh, fine. At least he'll end up with a couple hundred gold. At least that's what he thought. But when they arrived at the tower, the arcane turrets were all shut down, and inside the tower, not a single book to be found. This place has been picked clean. There were some destroyed constructs on the roof that were still warm. They must have just been eliminated. But whoever did it seems to be long gone already. There was some good fortune. Sir Gullivane found a magical chest that had been overlooked. It contained some disguised loot that was actually worth a fair bit. It sold for 493 gold, but Lily took 70%. "It's been a pleasure heisting with you." Sir Gullivane has 331 gold now, still a long ways to go before he reaches 1,000. There was one more job available at the Myconid village, but the terms agreed upon weren't all that favorable for Sir Gullivane. The Myconid sovereign hired the party to eliminate an invasive species. The pay was 100 gold per dead Dwergar. The party voted 3-1 that the reward goes to whoever lands the killing blow. Not really sure how this happened because the party didn't find the Dwergar, but somehow the enemy was surprised. Really don't know how this one worked out. The rogues had some misfires and left a Dwergar on death's door, but Sir Gullivane misfired the hardest with a critical miss. He tried for a pommel strike and missed that too. Lily comes in to score the first 100 gold. Sir Gullivane tried for a lethal shove off the top, but Gek Cole survived with 9 hit points. Lily charged in to try and score another 100 gold, but she couldn't land her shots. Todd gave it a go, but lacked the damage he needed. The captain forgot about silly concepts like survival as he provoked an opportunity attack straight down to 1 HP, but guess what? The next 100 gold goes to Captain Fancy Pants McStabbins. Guess it was worth the risk. Sir Gullivane got yeeted from the top floor and took massive damage, and this fight is getting out of hand in a hurry. Lily was surrounded and took some devastating hits, but disengaged and ran to safety, shooting as she ran. These undead are a problem, and Todd is the solution. Maybe. We'll see what he pulls out of his bag of tricks. He found a bottle of grease in the bag and tossed it over. It ignited and looked rather flashy, but it barely dealt any damage. Todd is in danger now as well. With all this danger, Sir Gullivane forgot about the reward and just rushed in on instinct. Out of nowhere, Lily spotted a hidden bag and opened it up to find an arrow of many targets. That ought to help even the odds a bit, and another 100 gold goes to Lily. Todd thought he'd try reaching into his bag again, and it turns out today is his lucky day. He wasn't expecting to pull a dagger out of the bag, but he picked it up and stabbed at the nearest Dwergar. His new weapon completely paralyzed his enemy. A massive momentum shift that the party needed as they hacked down the remaining zombies, and Lily bagged another 100 gold. Brutal kill steal. Today has been painful and exhausting for Sir Gullivane, but at least he's making some progress. Just before the party left the Myconid village, Lily swiped a ring out of Dareth's inventory. She just couldn't help herself, but at least she managed to wait this time until Sir Gullivane cleared the area. The party laid down for some much needed rest, and Sir Gullivane spent the night trying to figure out how to make another 700 gold. It turns out the right opportunity was waiting just around the corner. Lily had found a merchant who was paying big bucks for a Githyanki egg heist. According to Lily, the job was paying exactly 700 gold each. In truth, the pay was far greater, but the rest of the party didn't need to know that. However, Sir Gullivane had concerns about acquiring gold through thievery. Lily assured him that the Githyanki creche was long abandoned, and this was nothing more than a simple courier job. After all, there's dangerous traps all the way down, and who knows what kind of creatures might have moved into the creche in the Githyanki's absence. In fact, Captain Fancy Pants McStabbins found some of these creatures right off the bat. They were standing between him and the fire wine. So naturally, he dispatched them with haste and started drinking. This is a treasure trove of alcohol, and he's not going to waste this opportunity by going on an egg heist instead. Even more gold for the rest of us. As the party entered the creche, they each found that they'd grown stronger from their trials. Sir Gullivane may not be able to channel his oath, but he can still improve his physical abilities to that of a level 5 paladin. Todd Willard became a level 5 arcane trickster, gaining the darkness spell. And Lily took her first steps towards becoming a swarm keeper by multi-classing as a ranger. The captain is too drunk to level up right now. The Githyanki creche was not abandoned as Lily had suggested it was. It was full of vigilant Githyanki, prepared to defend it against intruders. No problem, Todd can soften their defenses. With magic, he disguised himself as a Githyanki and walked in like he owned the place. Infiltration success. Kind of, except that Sir Gullivane was about to call off the heist entirely. But before he did, he walked into the Githyanki training room and he saw how they treat their young. They slaughtered a youngling right in front of him for the crime of being too merciful, and they were proud of it. Sir Gullivane has already failed to save Arabella. Perhaps this heist was his chance to make it right, to give a new Githyanki a chance at a less barbaric lifestyle. Sir Gullivane is in for the heist. The Githyanki hatchery wasn't hard to find, but between traps, acid floor, and several Githyanki guards, this would be no easy task. Or at least it would be no easy task for a paladin. But Todd has a plan, one that only he could have come up with. Todd beckoned Lily over and placed his bag of tricks on the ground next to her. Lily, get inside and I'll move you over to the egg. Are you serious, Tom? I'm small, but I'm not that small. It'll work, trust me. So Lily hopped into Todd's bag of tricks, and using his invisible mage hand, he transported the bag over to the egg. Lily pulled the egg into the bag without even getting out. Then Todd's mage hand moved her back to the entrance, and she hopped out. I can't believe how much room there is in that bag lid. The trip over was downright cozy. Lily may have gotten his name wrong, but Todd was beaming with pride. I made that bag myself. I'm not called the Weaver of Wonder for nothing. On their way out, Todd couldn't resist leaving a little calling card on Vlaakith's painting. A perfect egg heist. Sir Gullivane and Todd Willard left the creche, but Lily told them she had to check on something and she'd catch up. Her palms are itching furiously. She thought it was because of the egg heist, but they've acquired the egg and she's still got the itch. There's something around here that needs to be stolen. Lily found a few Mind Flayer parasites and used this alone time to enhance herself further, but her palms were still itchy. Lily's Mind Flayer parasites stirred, and she can't resist lying down in this device. It seems to want to enhance her illithid potential if she can withstand it long enough. Lily succeeded on her first saving throw, but she faltered on the second. She didn't give in though. She's inspired to succeed. And the second saving throw was passed. Yet another falter, but her determination knows no bounds in this moment. The machine bursts, but Lily got what she wanted from it. Her illithid powers are heightened, but to her great surprise, her palms are still furiously itching. There is something valuable here, and she will not leave until she finds it. She needed to access the deepest depths of the creche, and lifting the key was easy, and her palms were getting itchier with each step. She's getting closer. Until finally, she found it. A secret stairway leading to a secret chamber. The legendary Blood of Lathander mace, right here for the taking. Her palms could not be any itchier. It's honestly agonizing and she has to snatch it. There's just no other way to stop the itch. She pulled the mace from its housing and traps activated all around her, trapping her completely. The power level of this trap is immense, but she doesn't have the strength to leap out of her new cage. Whew, she has never been more grateful to Mull for giving her extra arrows of transposition. She managed to escape, and it is time to get clear before this whole place goes down. Oh good, the rest of her party made it out in time. Wait, what about Captain Fancy Pants McStabbins? Has anybody seen him? The entire temple just exploded, and last he knew, his party members were inside, but he's had a strange afternoon and drank a lot of fire wine. There were some kobolds hiding in his fire wine, hogging it all, and the captain took out every last one. He never imagined that getting wasted and fighting would save his life from a massive explosion, and he took it as a sign. He will devote himself to the ways of the drunken monk. A perfect harmony of intoxicated and battle. What could be better than that? As if he needed any more signs than this, one of the kobold looters was wearing an amulet and cloth armor perfectly suited for completely wasted combat. He'll get a little drunk now and then maybe learn the ways of the drunken master later. A little training on the job, if you will. I mean, if there's one thing he really needs on the day all of his friends died, it's another drink. Oh, would you look at that? Everybody made it! A joyous occasion. Might as well celebrate with a drink. The party got paid for the egg heist, and Sir Gullivane took off to camp immediately to reinstate his oath. Lily made out like a bandit today, so she was feeling a little generous and paid Sir Gullivane his share and half of the captain's, 1,050 gold. Sir Gullivane reclaimed his oath by paying 1,000 gold, and he understands his oath better than ever. This time, his oath will be unbreakable. Sir Gullivane called upon his holy armaments, and they answered. Just in time, too, for the Shadow-Cursed lands are not for the faint of heart or the ill-equipped. When faced with the darkness of the Shadow-Cursed lands, Sir Gullivane only had one thing to say. I will uphold my oath. That I swear. And Sir Gullivane meant what he said. He really did. But recently, the Shadow-Cursed lands have become more sinister than ever, and in shadows this long, all it takes is a moment of weakness and a push to get lost in the dark. Thanks for watching, and thank you to anybody who supported me on Patreon or as a channel member to get early access to the story. Your support allows me to hire an editor to create chapters so much faster, and when Chapter 5 releases, it'll be early access for a few days as well. So again, thank you to the people helping me avoid burning out. I hate editing. I really, really hate editing. Okay, love you, bye.